All right, here we go again. Accordion Cool, Coach Dave, that's me, and we're back at it. That first tune called Perfidia, nice little tune. It is actually a Spanish tune. It was written by some fellow from Mexico, 1939. Wow, 1930, a long time ago. But it's kind of a jazzy tune, which, hey, that's what we try to do here, you know, do the best we can. So, nice tune. I enjoy playing it. The unfortunately, great Art Van Dam had that on one of his albums, and that's the first time I ever heard it. I said, yeah, you know, that's a neat little tune. Maybe I'll do that tune. But unfortunately, he didn't show me all the things he does on it. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, let's go to 1927, right in the middle of the Roaring '20s. If you're not sure what that was, ask your great-grandparents. They might be able to tell you, you know, flappers and Prohibition and 5'2" and Charleston and all that stuff. It was quite a great time for music and everything else going on. And this was one of those great tunes. It's called Ain't She Sweet. I'm not sure who wrote it, but like I said, it was written in 1927, so let's just give it a whirl, because she's kind of sweet, so ain't she sweet? Okay, here we go. Ain't She Sweet? You know, probably, I'm going to throw something else in here. Now, this wasn't planned, so there's no extra cost to you for a bonus song. So if you got your cable bill and it says Accordion Cool bonus song, don't you pay for that. But, you know, Ain't She Sweet, Roaring 20s, I think you might remember this one. She was about, oh, I don't know, 5'2" or so. Let's see what happens. All right, 5'2" from that same era. Like I said, no charge for the extra tune. That's my gift to you. All right, moving right along with our scheduled programming. This next tune is 1963, written by a fellow named Kenny Dorham. Who? Kenny Dorham. Who's he, Coach Dave? I don't know, never heard of him. But I guess he was kind of a jazz musician, bebop jazz musician, and And word on the street is in 1963 he was down in Rio de Janeiro. And of course, that was right in the time when all those great bossa nova tunes were coming to America and all over the world. You know, things like Meditation and Girl from Ipanema and Quiet Nights and all those great tunes. So, like I said, the word on the street is that he was sort of inspired to write a sort of bebopish bossa nova tune. Now, the piano players, especially the jazz piano players, for some reason, have fallen in love with this particular tune. I mean, it's a nice little tune, you know, but it's not going to be up there like, Over the Rainbow or something like that. I mean, come on. But, so I've been playing it kind of off and on. So I figured, well, let's do it today. It's called Blue Bossa. So here we go. Blue Bossa, or Blue Bossa Nova, if you want to really get picky. All right, well, let's go back to 1931 for our next tune. That's when the song was written. It, kind of hung around for a while. Then it was used in a movie. In my opinion, one of the greatest movies of all time. Not because of the plot and all the story and all that, but what they did in 1942 to make this movie, the camera work and everything. In my opinion, I think it was really magnificently done. And if you've ever heard the phrase, "Play it again, Sam," then you know the tune I'm talking about. However, that supposedly came from the movie. Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall. Humphrey Bogart never said that in the movie. No. He watched the movie and he says, "You're playing it for her, Sam, now play it for me. Play as time goes by." And there is the worst Humphrey Bogart impersonation you'll ever hear, but hey, it's my show, so I can do bad impersonations. Yes, the movie is As Time Goes By. Now, this is one of those tunes that's had a hard time sticking up here in this old brain, but I think we got it, so let's try it and see. As time goes by. Well, we'll still always have Paris. Yeah, that, in case you're familiar with it, that was the last line in the movie when she gets on the plane and flies off and leaves them standing there in the rain. Oh, well, how many of us have been in that situation before? Well, maybe not the plane, but probably standing in the rain. All right, let's move it up a few years to 1952. There was a gentleman named Hank Williams. Hank Williams did more with 2- and 3-chord songs than anybody in history. I don't think he knew more than 2 or 3 or 4 chords, so all his songs are, real styles. Hank Williams had 36 #1 hits, 36. 6 of them after his death. Now, he died very early. He died at 29. I guess he was putting some things into his body that just shouldn't be there, so he died very young. 29, and even after his death, like I said, six more #1 hits that were released. So, but this is called Jambalaya. Now, if you're not sure what Jambalaya means, I know you've heard the song. It's a dish. It's a southern dish. And we were on the road doing expos. We did an expo in Baton Rouge several years, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And Saturday night when the expo closed, this fellow brought in like big vats full of gumbo, jambalaya, I mean, you name it, all that southern stuff. Now, of course, naturally, home-baked, and I mean, I want to tell you, he didn't take much home with him. Between all the exhibitors, the people working the expo, it was, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. So here we go, little Hank Williams, couple of chords in the song, that's all. Jambalaya, you might have heard it. Williams, Jambalaya, 1952. Well, we're getting kind of close down towards the end of our time, getting ready for our last tune of the day. Now, this tune is another funny tune, similar to Blue Bossa. It's a simple tune. There's only, in the main part of the tune, there's only two different chords. Hank Williams, now, you wouldn't have known those chords. But, and you would say, oh, gee, Coach Dave, only two chords in the tune. Yeah, you probably played that with just one hand, or, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you, sometimes it's a little more difficult when you play a simple song, because it's especially with only two chords, very easy to get confused between the two. Oh, wait a minute, does this one go here, that one go, well, they're all in there. They might not be in the right spot. So, but this tune was written around 1960. It's called Killer Joe. Now, before you panic and call the police, Killer Joe. Killer was not referring to him being a taker of lives, shall we say. The killer part was, I guess, Killer Joe. The words and the lyrics refer to this fellow who was like a very snappy dresser. So he just, he like killed all the ladies with his sharp clothes and all that stuff. So that's how we get Killer Joe. So this is kind of a, well, they call it a jazz standard, but I haven't heard a lot of people do it. But what the heck? My show, my tune. Little Killer Joe. Here we go, with only two chords to start with. Killer Joe with all his his fancy duds. All right, well, we're just about out of time here today, and of course, you know, some of these tunes I'm sure that you folks may not have heard before or may not have heard too often, and if you haven't heard them, then the young uns, I don't think they've heard them either. So, you know, bring them in, let them listen to these tunes, as I've said every time, not because I'm playing them, but because this is music that they are not subjected to during these times. So, you know, let them hear these tunes, hear this great music from the 20th century. So I do want to thank you all for watching, tuning in, listening, however you get us. So let's take it home with, I know, let's do something different today. Let's take it home with a jambalaya. Ha ha ha.